vice versa. No, as furthermore, I'm not in a puzzle anymore. I got the 2 chests that are in this area, I think. So now it's just probably me trying to weigh the pros and cons of having Meru have under 2,000 HP or not. I just feel like I want her to have more. I mean, if you want to throw some tips and things out there, go ahead. I'm not going to say no to help, but at the same time, I may or may not decide some things based on just how I play the game. God damn it. We can go first. Awesome. But you're going to miss every one of your additions. Why are these things so slippery? Why are they so agile? And I keep messing it up. My timing is just being off for everything, and I hate it. Morning swings, of course, of course. The next one's the real deal. Let's go.
Yes. Go. Go.
Technically not enough. Turkey step. Rose comes after. A certain weapon makes my dancer's ring armor and a beast, but don't worry about it until you do. Objectively the best is objective best. I just kind of like her having so much HP. Though those things like that are what stop me from trying to think I can live off of just pesky step or perky step, giving me a lot of MP or SP, and with that just surviving. Because when they counter in the middle of a double time beat, and I hate that. There we go. Got it.
Dynamo.
All right. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to go to the campsite to heal, and we're going to move on from this godforsaken mountain. Is what I shall refer from now on. It is an annoying addition to do. By the way, how's it going? What's it called? New viewer. I'm going to say your name wrong. Hold on. Anunatahu? Anunatahu? I'm sorry. I am bad at English. How's it going? Welcome. What's poppin'? I mean, our characters technically, because I keep on messing up the button inputs for their attacks, but who knows? Who knows? You pronounce it way better than 90% of English speakers. That's both an honor and disheartening. Yeah, keep going, Dart. Keep going. it is that I'm like, I see the square going in, I just assume it's faster than it actually is, and it's throwing off my timing. Except this. Whenever it's a counter in that double time beat, I hate it so much. Do you have Tony Not Lavitch Final Edition? Nope. The man has been on the bench for a while. A while. Maru's goat, she's indeed very nice. She's not a goat, she's a person though. Another man of culture. You found a brother in arms, I see.
Yes.
Rose is also great. Rose is there too, yes, of course. Alvitz got benched after this too happened. I mean, if the party wanted Lavitz dead, who am I to deny their wishes? I pushed that early. I'll pose this question to anyone and everyone that has played this game before. Can you find me solid proof that for some reason in Disc 1, Lavitch had to die? Because Shauna had already found out that she can resurrect people with her Dragonstone. We have a bag full of healing items. We have shown we can bring back the dead. In Disc 3, they do it in a cutscene too, to show that it is possible. Everyone just co-signed Lavitch's death warrant and said he has to go. Main party? Oh, hell no. The man is slow, and he does not, I feel, have the strength to redeem it like Congo does. The same argument on Aerith. I've never played that game. I have never played Final Fantasy 7. I have tried to dodge every spoiler I can about it, and up until about a month ago, my friend spoiled me about Aerith dying. I dodged that shit for years. But hey, I would have found it out here too anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Don't worry, me and Final Fantasy are a very weird and I find comical and hilarious relationship. People still always get a kick out of my story with Final Fantasy 7, and I love sharing it every single time. I was originally going to play Final Fantasy 7 in high school because my friends were playing it, and they're like, dude, you gotta play Final Fantasy 7. Like, what is it? Like, what's the game about? No, I'm not gonna tell you. It's gonna be good. You're gonna love it. I know it. You like these kinds of games. Because he knew me for a fan of RPG games. So he said, go ahead. Go buy it. I'm like, what is it on? I only have the PlayStation. I only have a PlayStation. Like, yeah, buy it. It's for the PlayStation. So I go to GameStop, and I tell them, I, sir, am here to buy Final Fantasy 7. And they say, good man. So they hand me, at the time, the newly released Final Fantasy 7 Dirge of Cerberus for the PS2, not the PS1. They didn't try to correct me or not. No. That person I worked at GameStop, he had malicious intent in his eyes. And from then on, I thought that was Final Fantasy 7. And I got credit score, and I got really confused. It wasn't until, like, I want to say somewhere in the beginning of college that I realized, oh, wait, that was an entirely different game. And then I decided to myself, I'm going to play it one day. And I just never did. And I've tried to avoid every spoiler I can. Some things you just can't ignore with a game as popular as Final Fantasy 7. The music, One Wing Angel, I know that song. Who it belongs to, Sephiroth, I know that. I know Cloud, I know Barrett, I know Tifa. I was about to say Albert because you just said it. But no, I know a lot of the characters' names. I know generally what they look like. But I do not know anything of the story or death. And I stuck that bait. I stuck the landing. I dodged every single spoiler for years to come. Up until early this year when my friend just casually dropped it. I'm like, you know I haven't played that game. He knows it too. And he just drops it right on me. Hot potato spoiler. Howard does a lot of damage, but his defense sucks. You need to grind for the legend cast. That's in Lohan. John Marston, I think that's how you say your name. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. And Albert is, I'm not going to say he's a bad character. He's good. You sir have been wronged. How? What exactly did I do wrong or how have I been wrong? I enjoy Final Fantasy. I got to learn what Final Fantasy was at its core when I played my actual first numbered Final Fantasy game. It was 13. And that's when I realized Final Fantasy is nothing but a linear experience. I don't know how people like it so much. Which did you play? 13. That's technically my history of Final Fantasy was I played Dirge of Cerberus. I played Tactics Advance. I played like an hour and a half or 2 hours of 12 when I rented it from a Blockbuster. I played after that, I think it was 13. I finished that game completely. And I gotta say, I didn't understand how people liked Final Fantasy at all after playing that game. I could see it was a decent game, but I did not see anything that made me think this deserves 12 other games as well as the other stuff. I played 12 Zodiac Age later, yeah, but I originally played the PS2 original FF12, only for about an hour and a half. I don't know what it is. The combat didn't really click for me. After that, it took me a long time to give Final Fantasy another chance. And then I finally did, with 15. And I got up until the cardboard scene and I said, I feel like I picked the wrong one again, so I'm going to stop right now until I find the right one. Then when I was streaming, people said, hey, give Final Fantasy a shot again. We played Tactics Advance for a little while. I love that game still. Then I played World of Final Fantasy, which was strangely awesome. And I feel like it's not because it was a Final Fantasy game. It was a good game that had a Final Fantasy skin on top of it. From there, I went to play 12 again. We finished it. Thought it was a good game. And now I'm kind of just waiting to see if I'm going to play another Final Fantasy game again. Someone in chat actually gifted me Final Fantasy 9 because they want me to play that game. Because another friend of mine has, she is swearing up and down the river that Final Fantasy IX is the best Final Fantasy. And I'm here saying, Dirge of Cerberus wasn't that bad. I'm saying so far that's the strongest Final Fantasy game I have played if you discount Crisis Core, because that shit trumps everything. That thing wrecked my heart when I was in high school.
Yes. Go.
I messed it up on the last input. On the last inputs. Girl 9 is probably the best. I hear, every now and then everyone try to sell me their favorite Final Fantasy game. And a lot of them have a very common sort of through line of what makes a best Final Fantasy game. The characters, the story, the music maybe. Everyone says their favorite one is the one that has the best in all those three. So it's hard for me to find one that's actually one that's gonna capture it. I didn't fully appreciate 12 until after studying Shakespeare. Go figure. Almost all the VOs are formal trained actors. I mean, I'm not gonna knock 12's voice acting ever. It was solid. Bought the ear that Patrol's main character and nobody can convince me otherwise. cartridge was best. See, I originally had a plan. I had a sneaky little plan because I stream and people want me to play Final Fantasy 7. I wanted to, when I raised enough money, say, you know what? Fine, let's play Final Fantasy 7. And I was gonna play the Final Fantasy 7 remake as my first experience with Final Fantasy 7. And say whatever's in that game, whatever cost full price, that is the entire Final Fantasy 7 experience. Anything else, it's trimmed fat that's left on cutting room floor because it's not necessary to appreciate Final Fantasy 7. But then someone gifted me the original, so now I have no excuse. I have to play that one first. Damn it. I'm messing up these inputs. Because you kept saying you were scared to touch it. I am, in a way. Because part of me is scared of touching old games when people watch it that love the original, because I feel people do not remember what it's like to play those games the first time. They remember all the good parts, the best parts, the shocking moments, the touching scenes when the music and visuals hit just right. But not some of the like grindiest things that you've ever seen that some old games put in to pad the time out. That's what scares me. Fast Spawn, how's it going? Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Like, even for my friend that told me to play this game solo, I kind of fear being done with this for a minute. Then I'm gonna tell him genuinely, I do not know what's the point Leon has in this game. I think his name was Leon. I genuinely don't even remember his name half the time. I do not see why he exists in the story. So far, his entire existence in the story is just to point us to the next area. Lloyd, that's what it is, yeah. Sorry. Lloyd. I do not know why he needs to be in the story, because a sign saying go here next would achieve as much motivation as he currently does in the story at the moment. Every time I saw you on, awesome. Thanks for stopping by. I feel you. We remember the way things made us feel, not necessarily the actual experience. Yeah. It's one of the reasons that I'm always scared to play older games. Of course, there are some games that I feel nail the landing, and you realize that not only was it remembered fondly for the great moments, but it was remembered fondly because its bad moments are so sparing or so glaring in one central spot, and everything else with a polished gem. There are very few games I remember that actually feel like that, and I think a lot of them are generally either beat 'em ups or, funny enough, strategy games. Like the original Final Fantasy Tactics, fucking beautiful game. God, I love that game. The original Disgaea 1, Hour of Darkness, fantastic game too. The Devil May Cry series. Aside, I didn't mind 2. It just felt weird, but Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 1, beautiful games. They stand up, I think. But some games, like, at least in storytelling or in certain mechanical execution, for example, the additions in this game, I feel they were a bit ambitious for their time, and you can tell that they were reaching for the stars, and they just didn't make it. Because I actually really do like additions.
Yes. Go.
And that may or may not be because I just genuinely also enjoy playing rhythm games. I just am not great at them, apparently, according to this game. Modern ports Final 7, at worst I can see you just not caring for it. But too, some people that just as bad as saying it's the worst thing ever. True. I feel that largely is probably due to just the way people review games lately, or just they've always done. Everyone wants to put everything in like a either a tier list or a out of 10 or / out of 100 rating. And I feel if it's not at least an 8, people say it's a waste of time. And I feel that's just not the way the system should work. Like the few times I've ever given a game a rating, I tell people like, hey, and according to me, 5 is an average game. 5 is not like a failing grade. It's just, that was an experience. It was not good or bad. It's not like high school where they flunk you off for getting a 6 out of 10.
Go! Go! Blazing Dynamo!
Oh, that was the actual end of the map. Nice. And now we go to Capital Vellweb. Tend to not listen to reviews of games because most is your own enjoyment as well as we is all different. Very true as well. But nowadays, 7 will be considered bad, and I don't understand why. Especially because also, I've noticed this a little bit more and more for, I'm going to be talking here for a little bit. We just get on topics like this, but I've been feeling that a game is not allowed to just be good anymore. Like, I've noticed it also myself when I get requested or recommended some games and say, it's a good game. Something in my mind has just heard that enough times. And so many games are just good, and so many hours that I'm allowed to play a game, I feel like a game cannot be good anymore. That is, like, fallen below the acceptable tolerance, and I do not know what actually caused this shift in me. And just in the general way I perceive games. Because good is, it's good. But now it seems like games have to be fantastic, inspiring, motivational, or just perfection. And if they're not, people just don't play them. I certainly don't, just because I don't have enough time to do it. And I need to stop that. I need to stop trying to get into that sort of thing. Even if it's COD with no changes after Call of Duty does get changes. I can sort of understand the generalization of Call of Duty does not get changes over the years because it feels like it's the same thing, but it does get changes. They're just not the ones that you would put on a bullet point to advertise the game. They're ones that you can't because people don't see that and say that is a fantastic change. Stuff you put on a bullet point is, say, a game going from stage-based to open world. From having a MIDI soundtrack to orchestral, having 2D sprites to 3D polygons, things like that. But seeing some things such as better netcode and stuff like that, that's a change, but you wouldn't sell it as a bullet point unless you're a fighting game. Developing a whole game for, well, of course, there's no reason to develop a whole game for it unless they want money. And that's the goal. They want money. Here we are at the capital city, Vellweb. 7 towers. Is Diaz waiting for us somewhere in there? That is the Tower of the 7 Dragons. Or Dragoons, sorry, fuck my... The throne of the Holy Emperor is underneath there. You're standing at the legendary place where humans began their liberation. I wonder if it is an abominable place as well. You think too much. It's the same as Kadisa, isn't it? Where you drag the past around, you cannot walk anywhere. It is true, Meryl. The Forbidden Land, that was the royal capital of the Winglies. And this Vellweb is a mere historic ruin. Yeah. can do nothing but settle for the present. Oh, money, same? Well, of course I do. Everyone wants money because we need it. The system that we have is kind of like get money or at some points die trying. Solo, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Long time no see, Solo. How you been? How'd you like 13 Sentinels? How's it going, everyone? Kyoko, how's it going? Mikkel, how's it going, Morgan? Simba, lots of what's. I can't wait to see the VOD. Oh god, that just comes at you fast. No, we're on fast. I go back into the lurk mode. Have a good one, Kyoko. Enjoy your lurk. We just did Miro stories. Miro stories. Oh god. You managed to sell 13 Sentinels quite well. I mean, you sold it to me, and I managed to sell it to Solo as well, and it's a good game. When I say turn A, no, I believed you, Angelo. I'm actively hunting for a physical copy of Gundam Turn A so I can watch it. Every time we get raided here, the music is off. The music is good. It's good music, but I don't know if I would remember it that well. Like for me, when I finish this game, unless something else comes out soon, I feel like another like catchy music comes out. I feel like the one song I'm gonna take from this entire game is probably gonna be of all things, the menu music. That sounds the most memorable to me so far.
Yes. Go. Go. Blazing Dynamo.
Next year's Turn A's 25th anniversary. It might go up on YouTube then. Who knows? Like, don't they put a bunch of them on YouTube? When you're having its own music is so hysterical. It's great. I hope it gets put up on YouTube with some of the other Gundam animes. That would be great. I missed the last input. Look at time knows though. Yeah, you should have been here earlier. I was fucking them up everywhere. But back to what I was saying before about some of the things with a character with. I forgot what we were talking about. Never mind. Fuck. But this is the guy who told me to play this game. Actually, Solo Rose. Say hi to him. He streams as well on Twitch. Check him out. He's currently playing 13 Sentinels, and it's a game that I told him to play in exchange for me playing this game. And I fear that at the end of this, I'm gonna have to tell him that Albert is probably a much more explored character than Lavitz. Lavitz had one disc, indeed. Indeed, Lavitz got one disc. Lavitz came into the story with hope in his heart and character on the page. And Albert stole that too. The Great Lavitz War. I mean, in a different game, in Raiden Historic Chronology, we just started calling one of the areas Lavitz Hills. They died and they made a hill out of him. But it was deemed to be it would take too much away from Albert's story, so they put it in a different game.
Yes. Go.
You're in front of the wall. How, Cheshire? Oh no! No! What is Alpha in Historia? I love the game so far. I really like what they do with time travel, what they do with their characters, and I love even more than its voice acting. Like, funny enough, that's one of the biggest selling points for me on a game, is if it's voice acted or not. Because if it's not, I voice act it. If on my own, I don't just read everything out loud, but when I stream, it certainly helps when I don't just like try and do like terrible voice acting impressions for every character. But I know nobody wants to hear me try to like do voices. You always do terrible voice acting. Well, yes, but like when you're on your own solo, when you're just sitting alone in your room and you have your Switch in hand and you're playing Mega Man, do you read aloud every person's voice in a different, unique tone to try and make it sound like it's voice acted? Or do you just read it all in your head like a normal person, like everyone else? There was one player the role of I was not, don't you dare. God damn it, Angelo.
Yes.
I always mess up at the end. You can't tell me otherwise. I can and I will. D&D messed for a long time for it. Oh, gotcha. And playing games on mute for the longest time. I play a lot of games on mute as well. I see them. Attack ball. Fuck yeah. Right under me, right here. No, let me go back. It's the two people. God, look over there. Look at that huge battery. Humans shot huge arrows from there, aiming at the Tower of Flanville. And back then, humans thought this way. That the arrow would not only shear the darkness that covers the earth, but also shear the corrupted hearts which were accustomed to being ruled. Why are you suddenly starting to say this? I didn't know. I still cannot tell. But if we meet the guy who claims he is Diaz, I think we can find out the reason. I'm speaking nonsense again. Let's keep going. A hero from history is waiting for us. Already finished Race Store and I don't feel like going back? I don't feel like that's a bad thing, though. I don't feel a good game needs to make you want to go back and play it again. A good game can also be one that just after you beat it, you need to sit down and process it and sort of digest the magnitude of what you just experienced. Like, I certainly did that for 13 Sentinels when I was done with it. I sort of ended the stream, sat down, and just really thought hard of, Jesus fuck, that was a game.
Yes. Go.
Just the last one, slow it up. The Trinity games are like that for me. I still want to see if I can to get Shay to play the Ace Attorney games. What? Oh, hold the fuck up. Hell no. No. I'm doing the full combo on you. What the fuck? You are not stealing anything from me. And I feel like another thing is that probably there are some games that you just don't want to play again. I feel like there's something that can be lost upon replaying a game. And I feel part of it is just the idealized memory in your head that we all naturally make of some games that we played that just feel timeless. They feel bigger than what they actually are. And when you go back and play it, especially years and years later, it can feel like a shot of realism. Especially for someone who's played a lot of games, so many of them, and you go back to play some of the older games that you know and loved, sometimes all you can do is just see everything that is wrong with it rather than what you initially loved about it.
Yes! Test! Go! Test! Test! Go! Blazing Dynamo!
I got that, Angelo. Which I guess also is a huge upsell then for you playing Galeria twice, like back to back. Brother, there are no customers here. I'm not doubting your word though. Recero. Don't worry. Believe me, there are always customers, even in this kind of place. Primero. Okay, I believe you, brother. You're right, brother. There are really customers. It's all due to the skills in my passionate merchant soul. You have to learn from this. I sell weapons. And I sell items. We are peddlers. It must be fate that we would meet here. Why don't you take this chance to buy something? Let me thank you in advance. These guys, God bless them. What do you sell? Partisan, 56, meh. Heavy mace. We already have one, I think. Giganto armor. Attack for melee stuff. Energy Muggerty. 50% more S. Does that mean that Haschel can just like knock out of the park 1 or 2 additions and he can be at like 3 Dragoon meter? I'm starting to see why some people were telling me that Haschel is really fucking good too. Feeling? Shush! Assume perfect play, always, until proven otherwise. I'll grab that for you, sure. Segundo and cuatro have a business somewhere else. If you find them, please buy something from them. Oh wait, that was Primero that was talking. Shit, wrong voice. No. There you are. Mushroom might be good. Only controversial opinions on this channel. Better than Lavitz. I mean, he got more. Haschel got more character development than Lavitz. That's just true. There are no lies here, only factual statements. I still have 2. I can't carry anymore though. Fuck. Gotta go have fun. All. Thanks for stopping by, Tisha. See you next time. I'm gonna fight you off. You diss my man Lavitz. We didn't diss him, Solo. We never want to diss Lavitz. We just merely speak the truth about what this game has done so far. And so far, it gives Lavitz not even a full disc. Use a minor enemy. I don't think we need that. Stunning hammer to stun, to poison, frighten minor enemies. I don't think we really need these things. They're not reusable, and it's only for minor enemies. Yeah, frighten minor enemies only. I'm gonna buy at least one Sun Rhapsody. We could use that. Almost some harassing Lavis with balloon head way before I finally killed him. I don't know he'd lived in TARDIS. He might have. Oh, you have nothing for offensive items. All right then. I'll leave two slots left. Wait, what? Oh, right. Got a message on my phone real quick. Back to the game. With about a thing on Chaos Wars. What the? I have been waiting for you. You're Shirley. Why? Why are you here? You ascended to heaven, I thought. Before that, I had something I had to take care of in here. In here, Vellweb. I couldn't leave the trapped soul alone in this world. Trapped souls? Are you talking about? Yes, the 4 souls of the Dragoons who lost their lives during the Dragon campaign. Their souls were drawn to Mayfill, the gate of the Inferno from which you can never return. Is requesting the souls of the Dragoons. The Destiny Mayfill, that was destroyed. I don't know how, but it is true that the gate of the Inferno is open. Rose, I made their souls inert and anchored them to this place. But there is a limit to my power. After you meet Diaz, please visit this place again and lead their souls to heaven. Souls of Dragoons are wandering somewhere in the towers. But we have to take care of something else now. Let's go find Diaz. Wait, I see that thing over here. What is this? That doesn't look ominous in the slightest. I pushed that too early. Amazing how much damage they can deal now. In the encounter fight. Well, that does not mean it's ominous, Capricorn. Can we go up? We can. All right. What are my additions at? You're at 14, Dart. You're almost there. Oh. Oh. Is that just... Oh. Only damage goes up. Jesus. That could potentially get very crazy. I think someone said it was 500%, right? Hold on. Synergy. Hold on, before I go that way, let me actually just go up here and save. You know, that's what I should probably do. Because you never know when the game's going to just screw me over. What? After you meet Diaz, please visit the palace again and lead their souls to heaven. Thank you for the reminder. Oh no, that robot's here. That robots cannot be allowed to hit us or steal anything. I don't know if it steals the actual item in the bag or if it will steal gear that we have on.
Turkey step.
No, I don't mind that. It's because I got one full edition on you.
Yes. Go.
I pushed that early. Allow me to save. And I'm gonna also try to make the guess that we have to go up here. What is all this roundabouts? Oh god, why are there so many winding paths to pick from? That makes me think there's gonna be items that I can miss out on if I just don't find the right, if I don't find them all. Oh no. Gonna get to me. I pushed that early.
Yes. Go.
I pushed that one, I think, late. What is this place? I don't like to be alone. Where is everybody? That is one of the Dragoons who lived during the Dragon campaign. Shirley said that she's making them inert. That's why he doesn't recognize us. There's no reason for being here now. Oh. This is where you would go to find the Dragoons. Gotcha. Man, I kind of thought this was an extra area that we could just see all those things. How's it going, Grumpy Jimmy? Welcome. That's the way to help out the spirits, then the other way is actually the way forward. I thought the tower was the primary objective, and then the side area that I took was like extra shit.
Turkey step.
at the end every time. Fucking things up left and right. After me, but hello? Ah, gotcha. For me, it's not afternoon yet. It's just before. An hour before.
Yes. Test. Go. Test. Test. Go. Blazing Dynamo.
I think someone told me, I don't remember if it was Solo or someone else, that at the end of Discma 3 is when we actually learn who the big bad is. So I'm gonna figure it out. We can't even do that. Go back to Neo a little fun. Neo 1 or Neo 2, Angelo? I'm playing Neo 2, not Neo 1. Neo 2, nice. It is an upgraded version of Neo. Ah, gotcha. I can't go. Okay, I can't go in here. What's in this place? Nothing, but in the next one there's an item. Alright. I'm still debating right now if I should play Neo 2 on stream or not. Or make it or just play it on my own because I want to play it on my own and have fun. Or should I just do video recordings of maybe certain big fights? I don't know. You got gifted it. Yep. It was gifted to me. Check a Simba for his wishes. I guess, yeah, I should. The game story is just a what?
Yes.
Is it similar to, let's say, Daemon X Machina, where the story is just a pretense to get you into the actual meat of grinding and playing the game for harder fights? Much more Daemon X Machina. So, like, say, Monster Hunter, where the story is to get you to all the fights, get familiar with the monster, and then it's just go up as high as you can into, like, the difficulty. Huh. Oh no. I pressed it late. I was late on that one. I can feel it. Is Gasimbo around? You here, man? I think you have harder difficulty. I'm assuming it's like just incredibly good. Rose's hairband. Really? Is it actually hers? It is. To avoid instant death. It'll reduce magical... It actually gives magical attack. Reduces defense by 5. And reduces the magical hit bonus. Oh, that's why she had... oh no, that's something else. The tiara was what she had. Increases the hit rate for magical attacks by 10%. Nope, they give her the hair for that thing. Yeah, avoiding instant death is very nice. Just because we've seen it a little bit more. I don't want to say it's abundant or anything like that. It clearly isn't, but we've seen it on more than a handful of bosses now, I think. Or not even bosses, but just like in general enemies. Let's kind of move on to this floor. Wait, is that